Hello my arty friends, today we are going to be doing a lovely landscape. So we're easing into a gentle abstract landscape using the Kuretake range of watercolours. I'm starting with this wash at the top of the page, letting the pigment drift across and make the sky. So as I move the brush, I'm not thinking too much about the details, just feeling of the horizon forming. So now I've grabbed some greens and we are going to do some hills. So I'm just making some shapes onto the page. So I'm letting the paint do most of the work and the shape of the brush. You can see it's a flat brush and it's really easy to make these shapes. And also I'm trying to keep a white line between the colours there. So I don't want these colours to mix. So the flat of the brush works really well. Now I've moved around the table, so apologies because there are some shadows and I didn't realise that my body was going to cast shadows across the page. So again, using the flat of the brush, using this lovely green, dragging the paint up to the tape and then going back for that lovely yellow. So at this stage it's all about staying relaxed and watching the colours settle and letting the paint do the job. So it's just adding that colour onto your page, not worrying about perfection, just getting that paint down and seeing what we've got. So once we've done that, we will need to let that first layer dry. And then we've gone back in for the same greens that we've already used and we are layering on the top. So I'm just using a round brush and using the shape of that brush to layer a little forest kind of line coming down towards the middle. Not actually putting some trees into the middle, just having most of the trees on the side of each of those fields. I'm going to let the paint dry, and once it's dried I have then grabbed my Winsor & Newton gold ink. So this is where the painting starts to shimmer. I'm adding small accents, just enough to catch the light when the piece moves. So I'm using the shape of the brush again and dabbing that ink onto those trees. Gold has a way of lifting the whole mood of the painting. It adds warmth and a quiet glow without being overwhelming the softness that's underneath that green there. So continuing adding that lovely ink, I've sort of got a bit of a splodge there, so I'm utilising and keep going back and grabbing that ink. I've let the ink dry now, and now I've got the Uniball, the white Uniball broad pen, and we are outlining that gold. So I wanted to just make that gold pop, and the white pen is doing that. I'm now outlining all of the trees in green as well, just to add a little bit more depth to the page. So outlining the border there and going across and outlining there. Apologies, I actually lost the video bit for doing the sun, but it is the gold ink that we've used previously, and I used a flat brush and made that sun there that you can see peeking up. So then I decided that I wanted a border and I wanted something that was completely different from the colours that we've already been using. So grab the red Posca pen and just using the tape and pressing that pen across. And then I've peeled off the tape and decided that I didn't like the white border and I wanted to jazz it up. So adding these lines coming all the way around, and it just adds a little bit more detail. So I've grabbed this old abstract. Well, I say old, it's only a few weeks old to be honest, but I've really liked it. I'll leave a link at the end of this video so you can see how to make this particular teeny tiny grid art. So I've cut them all up into little squares and you can see the patterns here, really pretty. And then I'm going to add some roofs. So I'm doing some roof shapes, just cutting them out. And I just thought to myself that it would be a shame to let this old abstract just sit in a drawer So I really have got into cutting up and utilising old paintings just to give them another life. It seems a shame once you finish them, and unless you're going to use them or you're going to put them up on the wall, then they're just hanging around somewhere in a dark corner, and it's nice to bring them out and use them for something else. So I've grabbed the green Posca pen, I've also got white Posca pen, and I'm outlining the windows and doors there, just to make them a little bit more prominent. Because they're heavily patterned, these squares, you really do need to make your windows and doors quite bold. Grabbed the Mod Podge glue, and you can use any PVA based glue, craft glue, anything like that. And I've got an old brush, and I'm just adding some glue to the back of my little houses. So I'm trying to position them where I think I've got a couple of minutes, or maybe less than a minute really, to move them. So I need to make decisions quick. If I don't like where they are, I will need to pull them up and put them somewhere else. So sometimes it's best to map this out before you actually do it. Pull your little houses to the side, and then you can put them on the page as you are seeing them on the side. So I've just added those ones, putting the roof on there, and then I've cut out some smaller houses because I wanted a sense of distance. So make them smaller, the further back onto the painting they go, and then I weighed them down. And you can see here it's all nice and dry, but I did think you can't really see the edges that well, so I wanted to make it a little bit more bold. Grab the red Posca pen and outlined again, and you can see it just makes them all pop. And outlining the roofs, outlining the sides of the houses, so you can see that they don't merge into one another, and it just adds a little bit more detail. So this is really easy to do. Let me know in the comments, is this something you're going to try? Is this kind of art you like? Or is this something you really don't? I would be really interested to hear your point of view. So you can see here the lovely detail. I then decided, once I'd done the red, I had done a white line. I don't know whether you can see that, and then I thought that just gave it just a little bit more of a pop there. So thanks so much for watching, and hope to see you again soon. All right then, bye.